Okay, so Mom and I are back. Mom's from Hillsborough, Carriacou. I was born in Grenada, but I'm a kayak at heart. Um, it's the place I probably will die. So, Mom, we're gonna talk now a little bit about school.
Oh yeah.
But let me start by saying one of the most intriguing stories you told us was about the days when you used to use slates, and
Mhm.
slates were easy to break because I started my my ABC career or my ABC learning with a slate, so I
Mhm.
understand that. So tell us a little bit about slates and what kind of slates you had, where you got your slates from,
Mhm.
and then tell us what school was like.
Yeah. Well, first we had private schools. Then Elmina had a private school, and my first school was at Nenny next door. Her name was Minnie Joseph Nenny.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So when I graduate from Nenny school, then now I have to go to the big school in Hillsborough.
mm-hmm.
So we have to have slate. The slate those days, I believe, was like 3 pence nowadays, but it made with a wooden frame.
Mm-hmm.
But many times the frame becomes so slack, the slate fly out from the frame and fall and break. Parents have to buy another one.
Mm-hmm.
So then they get like disgusted about buying slate all the time. So there was a set of people next door called the Scots. I don't know. I don't think they were there yet. Mr. Scott.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was in Aruba at that time, but there was a pile of big, heavy slates that um, a woman called Miss McBoney used to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So that slate is like something they used to cover houses with in those days.
So it's what made the roof.
So when they said to you, you're not getting any slate, they go and get your McBoney slate. It's very, very heavy, and you have to be careful. If you fall into it, it will cut you.
Yeah.
So I remember my brother, my oldest brother, Cummins,
Mm-hmm.
making a frame for mine for me. But it's very, very, very heavy. And most of us around the area,
Mm-hmm.
as children, had our McBoney slates. and it lasts forever because it's not breaking. It's a big,
heavy.
heavy thing as a tablet.
Yes.
And
It's a tile from the roof.
roof, right. So, and you have to break piece of it to write with it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what, for years, McBoney slate was a thing. And I like the idea of my McBoney slate so much, and I have such good memories about the McBoney slate because until maybe I get to standard 1,
Mm-hmm.
I still had my McBoney slate.
Okay.
Because you have to go to 2 stages before
Slate.
you get to
Yeah, before you get to paper.
Right. Had my McBoney slate.
Mm-hmm.
Then when I went home a few years ago, I found a piece of it in the yard, and I have it here in Canada. I took it for that good memory.
Good memories.
The McBoney slate was the thing. Many of us children had our McBoney slate.
That was so creative, too.
Yes.
And I can imagine how heavy those slates
They
were
were
because
very heavy,
they were
but
quite
you have
thick.
to pull it good.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let's talk now about the books you had to study.
Oh yeah, we had the Caribbean first we had Royal Readers,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think after a time, I don't know if the government decide or the Caribbean community,
Yes.
they had a Caribbean like what it was called
Curriculum.
yes, Caribbean curriculum. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if they decided that we are not in a British subjects, or we are British but we don't live in England.
Yeah. Well,
So they start printing in the Caribbean readers,
okay.
and then we use the Caribbean readers,
Mhm.
and I don't know. I think now they have West Indian readers.
Yes, I think so.
Yes, so I think the Caribbean readers is no longer there. I think it's West Indian readers now. And those time, Carriacou people believe a lot in education, because we didn't have a high school or college or anything in Carriacou. But many people went to great lengths to make sure their children are highly educated.
Mm-hmm.
They would even borrow money to send their children to school in Grenada, so that Carriacou will have what it takes,
Mm-hmm.
maybe to manage Carriacou affairs, or you can have someone that is highly educated who you can go to talk about things
Right.
and to bring your problem to. So most Carriacou people send their children to school in Grenada in those days,
Mm-hmm.
and those people were so dedicated but because they have to rent some place, find someone good for their
board,
children to do boarding,
Mm-hmm.
and they have to go down and stay. They have to send food, and they have to pay the boarding, and they have to pay the school fee that time, until God bless scholarship came in, and some children got scholarship. But those days the scholarship was very limited. Maybe one, our school, I remember the first time we only got, I think, one scholarship was Amanda Hazel. I think it was only one we got. And then gradually scholarship become more and more. But in Gary time, he gave more scholarship.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
all right.
Yeah, so Eric Gary gave more scholarships, and then more children could go to high school. Yeah,
Yes.
could be educated.
So now we're gonna talk about, now you've had your slate, now you're in the upper forms, you're reading books now, and at the end you tell us about what prize giving and parent day.
Yes, at the end of the year, our principal was Mr. Ari Noel. I don't know he and who get together, but they all get together, maybe he and the teachers, or maybe other wealthy people around Hillsborough, like Mr. Bolin, Mr. The Josephs, the Josephs, the Bolin, the Jacobs, you know, people who had stores and they had a little wealth around Carriacou. And I think Charles Kayan and these, they must be, you know, they all get together and said, well, you know, we want to, like, give the children a little something. An encouragement for, you know, their good work and so on. So they came up with this idea. They had a parent day function at the end of the year. So there was given prizes for regularity, that if you come to school, maybe if you lose 1 or 2 days, you will still get a prize. Punctuality, you get there on time. And good works. So when at the end of the year they have a big school concert, we have to learn all those school plays and school songs, and they have the school concert, and they call your name, and your parents is proud to see you go up. And if you didn't get to go up, if your name didn't call, your parents is on your back. You have to work really hard next time.
Yes.
Your name to be called for you to go up and get your it's because it's parent day, for parents to feel proud.
Right.
To see their children is doing well in some way. Yeah. So that was really nice, which was really, really good. And another thing, we used to have lunches in the school. The government of Grenada used to send up lunches for children who live far away from Hillsborough.
Yeah.
So they used to have biscuits and milk, and children will come and sit and have the biscuit and milk. Yeah, so Mr. Noel would say to the children that live far away, do not bring lunch. You could stop, because some children that live so far, they don't even have time, the parents, to get up and prepare lunch. So they used to get their lunch in the school. And most of us will, I was always not very tall, but when I was tall enough, sent to the kitchen to boil the milk and prepare all the cups. The government sent all that, the cups, and and the children come and sit, and you serve them. We have our aprons on and so and serve them. That was so nice. When you get a pig to go to the kitchen, yes,
you're big now.
To go to the kitchen and prepare the milk for the kids. Oh, that was a nice time.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma. We will continue maybe on another day, because as we were talking, it just dawned on me more about those like language and the songs that used to be sung and big drum and stuff. And I know you're not a big drum specialist. We leave that to mostly those Harveyvale and you know the Leste Harveyvale people.
And talk at Six Roads.
Six Roads.
Because Lucianne was from Six Roads.
Oh, Lucianne was from Six Roads. I thought she was from the South.
No.
Okay. So maybe I'll try and bring in somebody a little bit. One day I want to talk to another relative of mine about the handicraft center. The handicraft center. I'm trying to bring us back to the Carriacou of the 70s and earlier, the glory days.
Carriacou is such a beautiful, beautiful.
The island is beautiful indeed.
It's the most beautiful island in the Grenadines.
Indeed. So.
Carriacou is my number one. Carriacou is my apple of my eyes.
And Carriacou is home.
Beautiful people.
Yes.
Wonderful people.
Absolutely. And the culture, the culture there is like no other I've experienced. I know St. Lucia have something a little different in that they have a hat competition and all that, but in terms of the connection to Africa. I find Carriacou is one of the strongest places I know and experience this kind of spirituality. And I'm very happy we can start this conversation. So we will continue. Thank you so much, Mom, for sharing with me and the people out there, because we really do enjoy those stories you told, and you've planted a love for Carriacou in our hearts. So,
well, thank you so much for having me and everything. So I appreciate it very much.
please come back. We're gonna have a chat again.
I will.
Take care. Thank you for participating. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Enjoy your day. Bye bye now.